It's the biggest Halloween carnival in the world. I'm not sure what the stats, but it's something ridiculous. Like it's millions of people over 5 blocks or something. So that's ridiculous, and it's a really good buzz. And you just
We have videos of you actually playing.
you look when I play. I mix in a new song, and the hook comes in, and you just see forever and ever. You can't see, it's just the kind of crowd goes into a blur.
It doesn't end. It's like goes all the way.
And,
Yes.
it's like literally like a festival on Santa Monica Boulevard. And that's really fun. That's a good buzz. And then, the other stuff is amazing, but it's all different. And, sometimes it's a lot smaller, obviously, but for really high profile people. So it's interesting to see. You get a real buzz out of playing for kids at festivals and seeing those things. But then on the other side, like seeing, I've seen some A-list celebrities in some kind of, precarious situations.
Can you mention
before,
some of the biggest celebrities that you had to play for, or you were playing with, or whatever? Just like some big names.
Well, I've lived here for a long time and I've played many, many, many events, but I've had kind of, Puffy, P. Diddy's been in the DJ booth kind of saying, hey, can we play this and this? Because he wanted to kind of dance with a girl. And some amazing people I've done,
Aaron Paul, we have to say the Dance Bitch, it's a hit in America, and you're good friends with Aaron Paul, the Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad, and I don't want to get into much details about that because people has to hear and listen to the song at home, but you can tell me in few words. Do you have the shirt right behind you? All right, everybody, Dance Bitch, he plays on the clubs, and that's like a hit he did with Aaron Paul, and you can tell me in a few seconds how this whole thing worked.
We've been friends for a long time, and bitch just became part of his kind of vocabulary. So one day I suggested it, we recorded it together. And now it's put a stamp on that time because he's now moved on, and now he's shooting a huge Ridley Scott movie with Christian Bale.
Yes.
And the whole bitch thing has been left behind, and obviously the show's no longer around. So it was great for us.
He was just getting some awards on television the other day. I think it was even in Golden Globes or SAG Awards, and he hold the prize, he hold the trophy and said, "Bitch," and I thought of you. At the same time.
That's kind of how I think he called me a bitch once when we were out. That's why the song came around. But I say it again, but just say dance first,
And that's how you guys put the song together.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it got to number 27, I think, on the iTunes dance charts in America.
See everybody? Zane Freeman, pretty smart guy. Okay, speaking of smart guy, Zane, to wrap up this whole DJ thing. You guys became celebrities, and money-wise, I know you don't want to go into details, but why are DJs making millions and millions a year? I mean, when this became like, okay, we talked about how the whole electronic music became huge, but like in terms of money, all these huge contracts, and I mean, this is crazy.
Well, I think it's a few things actually, but I think DJs still get paid what DJs used to get paid, but now a lot of those DJs happen to be successful recording artists who are selling millions and millions of copies of records. So I think your DJ rate is relative to what your record sales are. And I'll give you an example. Calvin Harris is in the Guinness Book of Records because 10 of the songs on his last album all went to number 1.
You see, guys, number 1.
And that's never been done before, not by Katy Perry or Michael Jackson or the Beatles. Normally, you release an album and, you get a few or 7 or, Calvin got 10 number 1 records.
Wow.
And that kind of explains why his DJ fee is what it is. Because he's not, it's not just a DJ fee. You're almost, you're hiring an artist to come and perform, and a lot of the time, 70% of the music that he's playing at a live show is his own music.
Gotcha. Wow, crazy. Speaking of music, Brazilian music is huge everywhere. Do you get inspired by the Brazilian music at all, or like really into? What is the deal with Brazil?
Yeah, well, funnily you should say that because I do, and I've always loved. The most fun I've had DJing a lot is to kind of not necessarily Brazilian, but South American markets, and I just think that people get down so well. But at the moment, I'm working on a song for the World Cup,
You are?
and it's got lots of lots of Brazilian kind of horns, and it's a good, it's a very the kind of Brazilian percussion. So that's literally like tonight I'll be working on that all night. So
I cannot wait to see that, everybody.
watch out for that one. It should be fun.
I know you're into Brazilian music. How about Brazilian women? Hey, he's a married man, okay? But he's still,
Well, we both have a favourite, don't we, I think? But yeah, and my favourite, I think it's got to be Alessandra Ambrosio.
Alessandra Ambrosio. I think she's everybody's
Yeah,
favorite.
she's got the most amazing family, and she's great. Yeah, I'm a big supporter of her, and yeah, she's been a big supporter of mine. So yeah, I'll always any chance to big up Ali. Then yeah.
When it comes to Brazilian food, what do you have in mind? What do you like? You're telling me a minute ago.
Yeah, my wife's friend, she sends me these little desserts. They're great, and so every time that I cook dinner, she brings dessert. And it's got to be a bit of an addiction for me now. So now sometimes she's like a few times she's sent them through. But I
Do
don't
you
know
remember the name? I know what it is.
in Portuguese. I
But
don't.
you gotta repeat after me. Brigadeiro.
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 That's
Sorry.
awesome. So Zayn Freeman eats brigadeiro, everybody. Não entendo como é que ele consegue manter a forma, ficar assim maravilhoso e comer brigadeiro. You can only eat sometimes, okay?
Yeah.
It's really rich.
Days we play soccer and tennis. Then it's good.
Okay,
It's
you
okay.
eat brigadeiro and then you go play soccer. Você come brigadeiro, depois vai jogar futebol. Okay, speaking of football, it brings us to our quiz. Get your paper. Let's do our quiz. Is that the Brazilian quiz for the World Cup? It's okay.